Thinking, Gizeh, you look so rough. Actually, this is just what I look like without makeup on. Specifically without blush on. I know blush makes me look live, and right now I look dead, as you can tell. But that's okay. Also, I got a haircut. I don't know if you guys noticed within like the 40 seconds I've been on here. I got a haircut. I got a fuck-ass bob, and I love it. Today we're doing a makeup Q&A, and my bodyguard, Coochie Kopi, is right here to make sure no questions are inappropriate. Right, Coochie Kopi? Right. He's just ominously there. Let me turn him off though so his battery doesn't die out. So before we get started, I asked these questions like a week ago on my story, on my Instagram story. If you guys want to follow it, it's literally my handle. It's Gizeh Salazar. Before I forget, I'm Gizeh, I'm your host, and today we're doing a makeup Q&A. I'm getting back into the habit of recording, so sometimes when I look at the camera, I like have to imagine people behind it. So I have conversations with you guys and not just like one-worded answers. I'm gonna put my hair back a little, put it right behind my ears so I look like a berries and cream. I'm using a rice toner right now, but this one's so good, it's really hydrating. Let's start with the first question. What are your New Year goals? Ooh, that's a good question. My New Year goals are to obviously turn 23, ride a horse, doing gymnastics, going on hikes. I also want to do another half marathon, but focus on lowering my times. I want to finish the half marathon at like 2:10, because when I did my first half marathon, which was like a month ago, my time was really slow and I was really disappointed, but I was like, you know what, it's okay, it was your first time, that's literally fine, girl. On to question number 2. Also, I'm using the Snail Mountain Power Essence that went viral like 4 years ago. Next question. ¿Algún chisme que nos puedas contar? Some gossip you can share with the class. So in college, I had this class and I met these 2 guys there, right? Let's call these 2 guys, let's call one Marco and let's call the other Luciano. So I ended up having a class with Luciano the next semester. Luciano was cool, chill, whatever. We eventually made like a group in class because there was group assignments, right? And I had always felt that Luciano was flirting with me. So days go by, weeks go by, and I'm friends with Luciano. The thing is, Luciano had this girlfriend, let's call her Ashley. And I didn't find out Luciano had a girlfriend until Marco told me. He's like, oh my gosh, Luciano has a girlfriend. Let me tell you about that. And obviously I was like, okay, tell me more. Marco goes on to tell me that Luciano and his girlfriend Ashley have been together, let's say since 2020. Okay, it's been a while. They got together in 2020, but then he goes on to tell me, but they had gotten together back in 2018. And I was like, oh, so they must have broken up. And he goes on to tell me, yes, they did break up. Let me draw it out for you. Luciano and Ashley started dating in 2018. They love each other, right? 2018. 2019 rolls in, they break up. Luciano starts dating this girl named Lily. Luciano and Lily are together, so in love. Luciano starts university, the same school that I went to. He starts university, but his girlfriend hadn't started university because she was a year younger than him. So Lily was still in high school while Luciano was in college. So while they're both in different schools, Luciano doesn't know that Ashley is befriending Lily and they're becoming best friends, which is none of my business, right? But it's fine. Like, okay, I've never met that kind of dynamic where, let's say I was dating someone and I'm now best friends with the current girlfriend of my ex. Like, I would never, to each their own, right? So Lily and Ashley become best friends. So Ashley starts telling Lily, hey, your boyfriend did this. Hey, your boyfriend did that. Hey, your boyfriend did this, and that. Which causes Lily to start not trusting her boyfriend, Luciano. And this goes on for a couple months, up until Lily breaks up with Luciano. And guess who starts dating him right after? Ashley. I feel like that wasn't as juicy as you were waiting for it to be. But when I first heard it, I found it really interesting because I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. I was like, okay, so you had Ashley as your girlfriend. Then you had Lily. And then Ashley became best friends with Lily and put it in Lily's head to break up with you, Luciano, and now, Luciano, you're back with Ashley? And Marco, why are you telling me this? And moving on to question 3. ¿Pa' cuándo el gym? La neta que no sé. No se me antoja ir al gym, mucho menos cuando me estén preguntando y preguntando. Ahí veo cuando regreso al gym. Por ahorita ando muy calmada, enfocándome en la escuela. No, honestly, I don't know when I'm gonna go back to the gym. I'm not in a rush to start exercising again after doing the half. I feel a little bit burnt out. I'm gonna say that until it's like November and I have to start running. So maybe I'll start, I don't know, next month. Who knows? I'll get there when I get there. I don't want to force myself to it. Question number 4. How does it feel to have friends who are migajeras? So the word migajera originated from the word migas. Migas from the Spanish language. Miga means crumbs. So migajera basically is someone who accepts crumbs of affection, of attention, of love from someone. So when someone behaves like that, they're called a migajera. Personally, I would never be a migajera. I've never practiced being a migajera, but I mean, if you want to, you can have fun with people, but just make sure that they're being respectful towards you. Well, I mean, if you're migajera, that means they're not really respecting you or your time. Anyways, to summarize, you should spend your energy elsewhere. Question number 5. Oh, this is my burn book. I have nothing in here. I don't burn anybody. Look. Trust. I taped my questions here because it's so cute. What's an emotion, feeling you miss? I miss the post-performance rush. That's a feeling I miss so much. I also miss experiencing new things, like the wonder, the excitement. I miss those feelings so much. I will definitely put the work into having opportunities to feel them again. So I miss experiencing the post-performance rush. Give me 1 second. Okay. Question number 6. What's a compliment you wish you received more frequently? That I'm a pleasure to be around, that I'm a delight to be around. No, honestly, I feel like I miss being complimented on my carefreeness. I feel like I'm a very carefree person, but not to the point where it's like, eres un vale madrista. I feel more so that I just don't mind people's opinions about me if they're negative. I mean, positive ones, great, I appreciate it, but negative ones, I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, if I wouldn't take criticism from you, I won't take advice from you. I'm using the professional pore primer. I know this was super popular back when I was like 15 and I never really got to use it because I didn't use makeup that often. So yeah, I miss being complimented on being so carefree, like a free soul. I'd like to be complimented on being a free soul. That'd be really cool. Question number 7. What would your younger self not believe about you today? What would she be relieved about? My younger self would not believe that I moved out of my home at 20. I don't think my younger self would believe that. I think as a teenager, I was really worried that I was going to be stuck in my hometown forever, which was really depressing because it's a small town where everybody knows everybody's business. Rumors spread like fire. And once someone makes an assumption or someone has an opinion about you, it's really difficult to change that. So I'm really grateful I was able to move out. What would she be relieved about? She would be relieved that I finally found... Oh shit, hold on. That I finally found a major I'm really in love with. I'm majoring in anthropology right now, which is, wow, one of my greatest loves. I'm really glad I found anthropology. I took that leap of faith and just started taking anthropology classes once I realized I had a really strong interest in human evolution, human linguistics. I think it's incredible. Yeah, when I first started university, I started as a business major and I hated it. I remember I texted my friend Carla, dude, I hate this. Like, I can't believe I'm here. I don't want to be here. And you might be thinking, well, why did you start off as a business major? Honestly, and this sounds really bad, like no offense to anybody, but I was like, oh, well, my dad thinks I can do business, so that means I can, right? And I like put it in my head that I was like, well, because we have a family business, maybe this will be able to help them one day. And I was like, just stop living for other people, start living for yourself. You don't like business, get out of there. And that's what I did. I changed my major to communications. Hated that too. I was like, yeah, this isn't the easiest degree like people said it would be, and obviously no degree is easy. In my head, I don't think any degree is easy. But when I finally moved out, because I was alone and because I was making decisions by myself, like I lived alone, I decided mis tiempos y movimientos, like I decided where I was going to be at this time of day. I decided if I wanted to go out and pick up food, that I could do that. If I wanted to hang out with these people, if I wanted to go take this random class in the middle of the day on Tuesdays, and I can go do that. So I thought, you know what, might as well change your major. But I had to keep it a secret from my parents. Not that I had to, I just chose to because I thought that was gonna be such an easier route. Around a year, I kept it a secret, and I would inform my professors about it. I was like, hey, in case you ever run into me in public, like, we don't really know each other because my parents don't know I'm taking an anthropology class. And they would laugh it off. They're like, oh, ha 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 ha, you're the one who hasn't told her folks about her major change. And I was like, yeah, I haven't told them, and I don't know when I'm gonna tell them because I'm honestly so scared that they'll have a negative reaction, but they didn't. Well, for the most part, they didn't. I told my mom, and she was like, okay. I mean, whatever you think is best for yourself, you choose it. And if you think anthropology is best for you, good luck, girl. For my concealer, I used Lancome Serum Concealer. For bronzer, I'm using About Face in the shade Coney Island. On to question 9. What are you not willing to settle for? I am not willing to settle for half-assed, mediocre, shitty relationships. Whether it be platonic or romantic, that's something I'm not willing to settle for. I'd rather be alone and friendless and relationshipless than have to deal with someone's BS. Question 10 is, do you have strong intuition? If yes, what's the time it's been right? Strong intuition? I'd want to say I just have intuition when I can feel or see when people don't have your best interest in hand or when they're not good people. I feel like I'm really good at noticing that. Just because I've had a couple instances when I tell my friends so-and-so just isn't someone I would trust, and they look at me funny. They're like, oh, well, you just met them. I'm like, yeah, but I feel their energy is off, and I'm not like this super spiritual person who says like, oh, I believe in the universe, this and that, but I do believe that energy cannot be created or destroyed. I think it's only transferred over. So when I feel that someone's energy is negative, then I step away. But I think that's the only instance where I've had like success in my intuition. On to question 11. What's a choice you've made that you would make over and over again? I would definitely choose to leave my hometown over and over again. And not that I hate my hometown. I appreciate it and I loved it, but I just felt that there was no room for me to grow in there anymore. And I thought, you know what? Then let's leave. Like, there's no need for me to be here. Nobody really needs me to survive. Like, it's completely fine. The only person that needs me to survive isn't even a person. It's my bunny, Oliver. Oh, do you guys want to say hi to Oliver? I mean, that's if he wants to say hi to you guys. He's very private. This is my son. He's eating a strawberry right now. That's the only way I could charm him into being in the video. But he is the only creature on this god green earth that needs me to survive. He's a 5-year-old Havana bunny. He's really cute, but I don't think he's in the mood to be in the camera, so I'm gonna have to put him away. Fair warning, if you're following this as like a makeup tutorial, don't. Anything I'm doing right now is just on a whim. Like, I'm learning how to do it. Question 12 is, what is the biggest change you have seen in yourself this past year? The biggest change I've seen in myself is I grew 2 inches. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 5'2". I don't think I'm ever gonna grow more. I stopped growing when I was like in 8th grade. The biggest change I've seen in myself this past year is I think I'm a much more open person thanks to learning about anthropology. Like, I am much more open to talking about sex, gender, religion, culture. Question number 13. If you could live anywhere, where would you live and why? I don't want to sound like an otaku. I would love to move to Japan and study the language and study the culture and hang out there and learn the slang that's used over there. So I would totally love to visit Japan and live there for a little bit. We're going in with this Daisuke lippy, this deer thing lippy as well, and this Hookah Hookah butter blur tint for the lips right now. Question 14. What do you value in friendships? I value honesty, I value communication, I value understanding. I usually use this as like a base, and everything that I use on my lips I end up using on my cheeks. Communication, I value honesty, I value understandings, I value that in friendships. We're gonna add this Hookah Hookah butter blur tint to the lips just to add a tiny bit of shadow. This is what I'm looking at right now. Woo! Next question is, what is your 3rd favorite color? My 3rd favorite color is green. I think my third favorite color is green. I like looking at green. I like to have, as you can tell, I have Kuchi Kopi right here, my bodyguard. He's green. I do also really like blue, but I like wearing blue. I think that's one of my favorite colors. I've been told by my friends that blue looks really good on me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to trust you guys. Blue is going to be the color for the rest of my life. But yeah, I really like the color green. Dark greens, light greens. Sage is good, but I think I got tired of it because I see it so much everywhere. I'm just adding blush on my chin. I really like also putting blush high up on my cheeks, but I will say, if you put blush up here, I think it makes your eyes look smaller. You will get told that you look Asian. I've been told I look Asian since I moved up here, which I think is incredible. I'm like, why do I look Asian? What mile for the half was the hardest and why? I think mile 11 was the hardest because of how lonely it felt. And I was also so hungry. Oh my God. Mile 11 complete, 2 more to go. I'm so freaking hungry. All I wanted then was a burger, like a nasty burger with like onions, avocado, well, very little avocado. I don't like avocado that much. Ham, cheese, like, oh, just like I've really craved a nasty burger with like some cheese fries. And I know it was like my body was trying to load on carbohydrates, but I think mile 11 was the most difficult because of how flat the terrain was and how hungry I was. And I also thought, well, it'd be ridiculous for me to give up right now. Like, I just need 2 miles left. My feet were killing me. I think mile 12 was difficult, but not as much because I thought, dude, 1 more to go, half a mile to go, 0.4 to go. Like, let's do this. So mile 11 was the hardest. With that being said, the next question is pet peeves. My pet peeves are when people chew with their mouth open, but I think that's like a really common one. When guys come up to flirt, after they do their whole shebang of flirting, at the end they're like, don't be a stranger, come say hi. Does that even count as a pet peeve? I think it does. I mean, I hope so. That's my pet peeve, when guys come up to you and flirt and then they're like, don't be a stranger, come say hi. You come say hi. Question 18. ¿Y el novio para cuándo? El novio para cuándo? Great question. If I do get a partner nowadays, I don't think I'll be showing them on my YouTube or on social media unless I have like a ring on my finger. Just because I like to keep things private. Next question is coffee or tea? Tea, 100%. I love tea. Just because I feel like I already have a lot of energy in me. If I were to add any more, I would have a heart attack. So definitely, I'm a tea person over coffee any day. Question 19. What would make you feel accomplished at 40? That's 18 years from now? Like, I could have a kid right now, and by the time they turn 18, I'll be 40. Okay, I would feel accomplished at 40 if I had a house, if I had my bachelor's and maybe a master's, if I lived in various countries by then, and if I was married. I feel like only that would make me feel accomplished. But I think that'd be great. Maybe I could continue my studies and focus on forensic anthropology, or maybe I'll move into zoology or something in the medical field. Maybe shadow for like a pathologist. I have no idea where life is taking me. I do not make any plans at all. I mean, sometimes I do, but I don't focus too much on them because when you make plans, the universe just laughs at you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got to know me a little bit more. Oh! I forgot to do my eyelashes. I'm not a big fan of mascara, so I use this Diamond Mascara by Physicians Formula. Why don't I like mascara? I honestly have never been a fan. I remember. Sorry. Imagine I talk like that. I know I'm from Texas and stuff, but I don't have a country accent. I feel like I definitely have a South Texas accent. But I don't like mascara just because I think I like how natural my little eyelashes look. I don't know if you can tell. Can you tell? I don't know if you can tell. Very light and airy. Also, I have a shit ton of freckles on my skin. Here's the final makeup look. I'll make sure to share everything I used. I love putting blush on. I'm learning to play around with bronzer. This is the first bronzer I've ever had, so I can't really tell you it's like the best one on the market, but I do definitely think it's really good. For blushes, I use my lipsticks. I don't have a powdered blush. I don't like using powders. I like how dewy my skin looks afterwards. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching my makeup Q&A. I will see you next Sunday, I think so. I had to move my schedule around because A lot of my homework is due on Thursday night, so I thought let me push them back to Sunday morning. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you watched the whole video, thank you for staying. I know I had a lot of questions. If you stayed to the end, comment a pink heart and let me know what you thought of the video. I really like this format because I get to talk to you guys and I feel like you guys get to know me a little bit more. If you didn't make it to the end of the video, I'm gonna write you in my burn book, so be careful. Anyways, I will see you next Sunday. Bye!